The very nature of life is that we do not understand or see why things are happening or where they're leading us. The human desire to know and understand is so strong. The need to have a plan, to have certainty, it drives us to sometimes do really strange things. How can we find our center without clinging to external reference points, without clinging to this idea that we know what's going to happen next or that there is some kind of certainty in life? Because the nature of life is that it is so uncertain. We've learned this in particular recently, haven't we? I've got 3 questions for you. We're going to take 2 minutes to answer them to help you find your center. So, here we go. Question number 1. How can I sit with the unknown and trust? How can I sit with the unknown and trust? 2 minutes. For me, it's very much about coming back to basics. It's about how I show up in a moment-to-moment way in my life rather than looking at the big picture all the time. It's really about slowing down, relaxing my body, being in my body, remembering that I am an animal. We all are, we're not just these cerebral creatures. Our brains are just a small part of us, but they tend to control and override everything. So my practice in order to trust the unknown is just coming back into my body and being the physical being that I am rather than staying focused on the cerebral activity that derives a lot of my life and all our lives. I thought I'd share that in case it helps. All right, 2 minutes, but remember, press pause. If you want to write some more, this is such a great opportunity to take a deep dive into something you might not ask yourself very often. Question number 2. How can I practice patience? Let's begin. This is a really important one. I just did this thing because I was trying to look for a word called the word spark. I realized that for me personally, and this is so unique and personal to each of us, I practice patience by waiting to respond to the things that are happening in my life rather than reacting to them. When I feel this spark inside my body, like, okay, now it's time to move forward. Now it's time to respond to this thing rather than being like, oh, react. So for me, that is practicing patience. We've got just under a minute left. I realized another way that I practice patience is by, even though I feel things really deeply, to remember not to take everything literally, because that creates this sort of spaciousness and allows me to stay really centered in myself. Okay? Third question. How can I surrender? How can I let go? How can I give over? How can I surrender? Let's begin. Got about a minute left. For me, surrendering is a lot around remembering that I am an extension of the universe and that it is here to support me, and that life doesn't have to be so hard. In fact, life is meant to be easy. So when I remember that, I can really hand over a lot of the stuff that I am holding onto in my body and thinking that I need to somehow control or manipulate or have certainty or clarity around. I can just hand it over and let it go and know that everything is unfolding for me perfectly, because actually it is, and that's true for all of us in my truth. All right, that was 2 minutes. How did you go? It's fun, isn't it? Figuring out how self-aware we are and how we can actually choose to find our center. As always, I'm going to leave you with a magic bonus question. And today's magic bonus question is, what is uncertainty and the unknown teaching me? Because I feel like it's a big spiritual lesson that we all need to learn, and that has become incredibly clear. So I'm going to end this video, and hopefully you're going to take some time to think about and write about what the unknown and uncertainty is teaching you.